Hello there. Here we are again with another full English lesson, coming to you from the birthplace of all these people. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of people. And of course, this is also the place where the English language was created. That is, of course, England. So many words, so many phrases. And I hear you ask, where is the best place to learn all of those words and phrases? Right here on my YouTube channel is my reply. So stand by, because another full English lesson is going to start right now. I often receive questions and comments from my students concerning the process of learning English, for which I'm always happy to receive and, where possible, answer. One such question concerns the action of repeating things during the learning process. A common criticism is the tediousness of repetition. The hard fact is that repeating things is a large part of learning anything, whatever it happens to be. The action of repeating something is there. A baby must learn to walk by trying the same action again and again. A learner driver must undergo many training hours before getting it right. This also involves a great deal of repetition. So what about English? Is it really necessary to keep repeating words and phrases over and over? The answer to that question is yes. The most obvious benefit of repeating things comes when you want to get a new word or phrase to stay in here. Repeating things again and again will literally create new stored information in your brain. Yes, it might seem boring, and yes, it will take time to accomplish, but in the long run you will learn to appreciate the power of repetition. Whilst we are on the subject of repeating things, it is also worth mentioning that you need to get into the habit of learning new words and phrases every day. Don't shy away from absorbing new information. The secret is not to push yourself too far. A little learned every day will lead to a lot gained each month. As I always say, the important rules of learning English rely on the most basic actions. Read, listen, repeat, learn. There it is again, that magic word. Repeat. 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 Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to vent your emotions? Have you ever had anyone vent their feelings towards you? The word vent relates to the process of something flowing in a certain direction. The release of air through a hole or pipe is vent. The use of the word exists as both a noun and verb. Then there is what we call emotional venting, which, as its name suggests, is the release of emotion. The action of venting comes in many forms. You might release your frustration aggressively by doing something physical. You might go for a run or partake in some certain sport. By doing something physically demanding, you are releasing the tension, whilst at the same time producing some of those lovely endorphins that are great for making you feel calm and settled. You don't need to take any of those drugs to feel better. All you need is a few minutes of exercise. You might choose to vent your feelings verbally to someone close to you. You feel the urge to talk to a family member, a close friend, or even a complete stranger about what is making you feel stressed. You vent your emotions verbally towards someone. Counselling or therapy will often involve a certain amount of venting. To vent is to express, release, divulge, expel, let off steam, get something off your chest. To vent is normal, as long as you do it in a way that is not harmful to others. Some people might use aggression or violence to let their tension out. Apart from talking to someone, the action of being silent can also be a great way to vent your inner angst. Meditation has become a popular method of venting those inner feelings by understanding what is troubling the individual and then putting it all in perspective. It's time to take a look at another buzzword. A buzzword is a word or phrase that is popular during a certain time or is generally used. Today's buzzword is democratic. In its most used sense, the word democratic is the adjective form of the noun democracy. A democratic action is one where the population are given the chance to make decisions about the course in which a nation should take, concerning individual rights and general law. To be democratic is to observe the rights of those living in a democracy. The word democracy means a system of government overseen by the whole population or all the eligible members of a state, typically through elected representatives. The general population are allowed to oversee the laws of the land and the rights of its citizens via an elected group of representatives. In business, the major shareholders of a company have the right to make decisions based on a democratic process. That is to say, they have the right to vote on the decisions made. You will often hear the mention of democratic process when discussing the way in which political decisions are made. The process of allowing the majority to make decisions based on a regulated voting system is the basis of a democracy. The free voting on major decisions is often done in the form of a referendum. A vote is put forward and those eligible are allowed to make their choice. This also applies to the election of those who represent the people. Not everyone supports the democratic ideal. It is often seen as just another form of elitism and is viewed as both being corrupt and easy to manipulate. In the past, democracy has been heavily criticised. Winston Churchill described democracy as the best of the worst form of government. To be democratic is to follow the ideal of living in a democracy. The word itself derives from Greek and literally means the people rule. Here is something I haven't talked about for a very long time. The subject of opposite words is both fascinating and quite often confusing. A good example is the opposite of bend. As a verb, the opposite word is in fact straighten. Then there is the action of clearing a misunderstanding, which is also straighten. You can straighten something out with another person. A conversation that allows those involved to better understand each other's feelings is to straighten things out. We need to talk about what happened last night and straighten things out. To distort or twist an event to make it seem different is to bend the truth. You can bend the rules, which means to do something illegal but not serious that goes against a law or set of instructions. You are not supposed to be in here, but I'm willing to bend the rules this time. As adjectives, bent and straight refer to being either good or bad. A bent person is one involved in criminal activity. A straight person is law-abiding and a good citizen. An object that has been distorted out of shape has been bent. The action of doing this is bend. A car accident can be described as a fender bender. This expresses the condition of a car after it has been damaged. Then, as I said at the start of this subject, we have the opposite of bend, which is straighten. To make something level or without distortion is to straighten. Are you still confused? I hope that I have been able to straighten out the confusion here, so you won't be bent double trying to understand it, as I always try my best to be straight with you. Well, it looks as if we have come to the end of another full English lesson. But wait there. Apparently, we still have a few moments left. So to fill that time, here is a short poem. Isn't it strange the way people change from day to day? Isn't it queer whenever you hear the silly things people say? Isn't it sad when you hear something bad, it makes you want to cry? But despite what you hear, one thing is quite clear, to keep you from going mad. Say to yourself, I am what I am, whatever they say or do. My life is mine, and whatever they say, I won't give a damn. Okay, that is definitely all we have time for today. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and activate the notifications bell so you won't miss another one of my English lessons, be they live or recorded. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. See you soon for Full English number 40. And of course, ta-ta for now.